So what does it really take to build a successful YouTube channel in 2026? Well, today we're going to break down the entire blueprint, step by step, using all the latest strategies to get you there.
So let me ask you, are you ready to turn that idea you have into a channel that actually thrives? Think of this as your personal guide. We're going to go from the very beginning all the way to a successful launch and beyond. Let's get into it.
We're going to tackle this whole thing in 4 key stages. First, we have to lay a solid foundation. You can't build a house on sand, right? Then, we'll get into building your content engine. After that, we'll focus on growing a real community. And finally, the fun part, unlocking your income. Each stage builds right on top of the last, so let's start at the very beginning.
All right, part 1, laying the foundation. And honestly, this might be the single most important step in the entire process. All the planning we do right now is what's going to save us from major headaches later on.
Okay, first things first, how do you even pick a niche? Well, it's not just about one thing. You're looking for that sweet spot right in the middle of these 3 pillars. It's got to be something you're passionate about, something an audience is actually searching for, and something that has real potential to make money down the line. You absolutely need all 3.
Now, do you need a fancy Hollywood studio to get started? No way. Your smartphone is probably an amazing camera. But look closely here. The real secret is audio. People will put up with so-so video, but bad audio? That's an instant click away. An external mic is the best first investment you can make, period. Pair that with some good light and some amazing free software, and you've got everything you need.
Moving right along to part 2, building the content engine. So our foundation is set. This is where the real work and the real fun begins. We're talking about crafting the actual videos that are going to be the heart and soul of your channel.
You know, in 2026, you can't just make one type of video. You have to think of shorts and long-form videos as a powerful 1-2 punch. Shorts are your hook. They're for discovery, for grabbing brand new eyeballs. Then your long-form videos? That's where you build your authority and actually generate some real income. They work together in this perfect growth loop.
Making a great video is only half the battle. You have to help YouTube understand who to show it to. This right here is your non-negotiable checklist for every single video you upload. A title with your main keywords up front, a solid description, a custom thumbnail that just pops off the screen, and a few relevant hashtags. This isn't about gaming the system, it's about giving the algorithm the right signals so it can do its job.
Okay, on to part 3, growing your community. You're making the content. But how do you turn those random viewers into a loyal tribe? People who show up every single time you post.
Listen, if you only take one single thing away from this section, let it be this. A consistent, predictable upload schedule is your absolute superpower. It trains the YouTube algorithm to look for your stuff, and more importantly, it trains your audience when to expect it. It builds habits and anticipation. It's a game changer. Your YouTube analytics dashboard, yeah, it can look kind of intimidating, but it's basically your report card. You can ignore most of it at first and just focus on these 3 things. Click-through rate, or CTR, tells you if your title and thumbnail worked. Audience retention shows you if people are actually sticking around. And watch time, that's the ultimate signal you send to YouTube that your content is valuable. This is the data that tells you exactly what to do more of.
And now, for the part I know you've been waiting for, part 4. Unlocking your income. Let's pull back the curtain and see how a YouTube channel goes from just the hobby to a real sustainable business.
So the first major milestone is getting into the YouTube Partner Program. And what's really interesting here is that you have options. You can qualify the classic way with long-form watch hours, or you can get in through Shorts views. The early access tier gets your foot in the door with things like fan funding, but that standard tier, that's the big goal. That's what unlocks the ad revenue.
But here's the thing, and this is so critical. The smartest creators never, ever rely on just AdSense. Just look at this breakdown. Ad revenue is just one slice of the pie. The real long-term income comes from diversifying into brand deals, affiliate marketing, fan funding, and eventually creating your own products. That's how you build a business that can weather any storm.
And hey, if you're still brainstorming some ideas, check these out. Year after year, these are some of the most profitable niches out there. And why is that? Well, it's because they have high advertiser demand and an audience that's actively looking to spend money to solve their problems, which makes them just prime territory for new creators.
So, let's bring it all home. When you boil it all down, what's the key takeaway from this whole blueprint? It's that there's no single magic trick. Real success comes from getting all 4 of these areas right. That's strategic foundation, consistent and valuable content, active community building, and multiple ways of making money.
We've walked through every single step of the plan, from that first flicker of an idea all the way to earning your first dollar. So the only question left is the most important one. You have the blueprint now. What are you going to